Yeah, I heard word around town, it's a poppin' now.
Hey, yo, what's poppin' to all of my global Dokkan players? I'm hoping that you guys take something from this video. This is the only reason I'm doing it, right? To inform my fellow global Dokkanners, alright? With that being said, you guys know the 8th anniversary is on the way. The 8th year being, well, the 8th, right? 8th year and 8th mean different things, apparently. I was corrected on that. But 8th anniversary, I don't care. The 8th anniversary is a couple hours away. It's like 2.5 hours away from when I'm recording this, and I'm hoping you guys see this during the anniversary before he comes out, or maybe a little after he comes out. Maybe he's giving you a headache, or you want like a synopsis, right? A heads up, a scouting report. I like that, a scouting report before we fight this guy. But we have the hardest fight in the game on the way. The Wishes Backfire Shadow Dragon Saga. Well, the birth of the Shadow Dragons. This is going to be incredibly difficult for us. This fight has 7 stages each for one of the Shadow Dragons, of course, right? Stage 1 has a weakness. I didn't even know this. No one cares. But Stage 1 has a weakness being artificial life forms. There are missions that are tied to this event, so you do have to make sure you're beating it a certain way. Stage 3, you want to beat with GT Heroes. Stage 6, you want to beat with Battle of Fate. And Stage 7, you want to beat with Power of Wishes. This is, of course, the category that the 8-year LR, well, Goku has it on his 30% for his leader skill, right? So global has the category, but of course it's going to be fully introduced with the 8-year LRs. That's really important, right? We got to make sure we get all these missions done. I know why y'all are here. Y'all are here for the stones and the spoils, and I respect it. All right, we're focused here. That being said, this event is the hardest fight in the game. Like I told you, the hardest fight in the game. I've been told that SYN is like unreasonably difficult, and we're about to go over why. His first phase, the 1-star dragon. I love that name, man. I've come to find out recently, Goresh had said on stream that Omega Shenron's name in JP, or like in Japanese culture, the sub, I guess. The Japanese dub is just Super SYN Shenron once he becomes Omega. I ain't gonna lie, I do not like that. Omega sounds way more fire. Anyway, 33 million HP, 330,000 attacks, that is nothing. His super attack, however, is triple that. It is a 924k attacks, attack stat. 17% chance to trigger. Listen, I don't care about all that percentage stuff. All I know is I need my slot 1 unit and my slot 2 unit to be able to tank that, and my slot 3 unit hopefully able to dodge that. That's how I look at this game, bro. I need to be focused on, if it's turn 1, my weakest unit is clearly gonna go in slot 3. You're either gonna have dodge or some sort of post super attack defensive ability. My first unit needs to be somewhat ready so that I don't die on the first couple attacks. And then my second unit, I also need that defensive ability, but you're staying on rotation, right? So I need you to be able to constantly get that, which is mainly through defense, mitigation, guard, whatever. You get my point. Phase 2 is when he turns up. Phase 2, I've heard, is a bit of he can be a bit of a headache, okay? He can be a bit of a headache. By the way, phase 1 will randomly change key spheres. He can't be stunned, defensive down. You can't lower his attack. You can't seal him. Stage 2. Well, I guess phase 2. Oh, man, this is the guy. I've heard AGL SYN Shenron is the one. He destroys STR units. So let's see what he does. 30 million HP stat, 420k. Oh my gosh. Yeah, if you're type disadvantage, dude. Oh my gosh. 420,000 attack stat, 65% damage reduction. He does 8 attacks per turn. He has one, excuse me? He has one AoE, it looks like. I'm hoping I'm not misreading that. The whole point is for me to, I was looking at footage of it too. Shout out Truth. Let me see if I can find phase 2. Phase 2, phase 2, phase 2. Oh my gosh, these damn ads. Okay, anyway. And then his AoE will do 420k damage, and it'll be weaker as you do more AoE. So when he does that second AoE, it reduces the damage received drastically. Let's see. Good blue hell, bro. Yes, I'm into GFX. Hold up, man. Hold up. I was about to pause it, but we're good. Okay, so yes, he does have an AoE. I've been blind to this event for months. I've been ignoring this event, listening to people talk about it, maybe seeing clips on Twitter. I've been ignoring this event because I want to take advantage of the fact that Global you can ignore certain things before they hit global. And I felt like this boss fight and how difficult it was, I did a good job of avoiding it. So yeah, his super attack, this is when it starts getting crazy. 1.17 million attack stat. He of course can do it once per turn, 14% chance. Sure, man. Oh man, this is where it gets bad. The ultimate shadow dragon, the true 1-star dragon, 71 million HP, 480k attack stat. Feels like it's not that bad by then, right? This is gonna be turns 3, 4, 5, 6 maybe. Feels like it's not that bad. He does 10 attacks per turn, mitigates 70% of damage. So yes, if you really plan on killing this man, you either have to have a 20+ million attack stat multiple times in a turn, like total damage, or you have to be purely critting, doing crazy dumb numbers for you to really be wearing this guy down quickly, that is. His AoE will do 480k no matter what. It's always going to do 480k no matter. He does 3 a turn. These 3 AoEs are debilitating. You want to know why? Because your slot 2-3 units, they're getting exposed. I promise you, they're getting exposed. So you have to be very aware of what you're working with, right? When you walk into this fight, you can't have a unit that gets all their defense on super attack. Only a handful of units can handle this fight. I'm just being honest with y'all. A lot of us are gonna get washed for a couple weeks. If you don't have the 8-year LR, the STR GT, of course, we're gonna get washed. It's gonna be bad. And so yes, the AoE it seems like it's not that terrible, right? Oh, just under 500k attack stat. His super attack does 1.3 million damage and lowers your defense by 40%. Massive. This is insane. This is the game changer. And according to Truth, I have heard his videos, parts of his videos. He constantly says that SYN SHENRON, this SYN SHENRON, throughout the entire time he's been fighting this event, which you guys know by now, he had to have done at least 100 runs in this event. He says no more than any other boss who has ever existed. This SYN SHENRON super attacks in slot 1. Now that might just be him being paranoid. It might be because slot 1 is so important. But for him to say that, and he's done it this many times, I'm gonna hear him out. Okay, so make sure your slot 1 unit. I don't know if we're talking, well, we are talking the GT rivals. The GT rivals are the unit you have to have prepared for slot 1 in order to do slot 1 things and slot 1 damage and defense. It's going to be needed. There are other units that can handle it a bit, but the only reason it feels like we have a lot of options is because the units like, say, God Goku and other units that have dropped, the Golden Week units, it feels like we have more options than JP did, because we do. So it's not going to be as bad, but just please take heed. I'm telling you, a lot of your best units are going to get washed by this damn dragon monster thing, okay? It's going to happen. So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on this event. Of course, he nullifies just about everything. I was just chatting. This is a new type of video for me. I don't know what we're going to, I guess we'll call it like a before you battle. I feel like that's a good one, man. Just giving you guys a heads up. This is dropping in increments, all right? So the first couple stages are dropping by the time you guys are seeing this. It's going to drop the first couple stages. These are going to drop. Part 2 is going to drop a couple more stages. SYN SHENRON will be part of the part 3 celebration of the 8th anniversary. This is going to be the hardest fight you guys have ever experienced. I hope my global friends are ready. We lit, man. I mean, listen, I ain't ever been pussy. You feel me? We gonna get active. I'm just giving y'all the heads up. There are certain characters that are not allowed in the event. This sucks because I really like that Piccolo, and he would have been type advantage for the physical section, of course. But I don't know if he would have been a super great tank. AGL Golden Frieza, of course, is still one of the best defensive units ever designed. So that would have been nice. But whatever, we're beating all those regards, man. It is the Young King Hitman. And Young Hitman is off this.